Okay, we'll go ahead with the next problem. So you see this problem. This problem is related to open circuit test and short circuit test. Already have seen problems on the open circuit test and short circuit test. Let us have one more problem on that. So the following results were obtained with 50 kVA on a 50 kVA 2400 by 120 volts transformer. They have given open circuit test results on LV side. 396 watts, wattmeter reading, ammeter reading, voltmeter reading given. Short circuit tests on HV side. The values are given. Okay. So determine the circuit constants, efficiency at full load, voltage regulation. So they are asking all the things, efficiency, voltage regulation, and the circuit parameters also. We know from different tests what are the things we can calculate. We know that from the open circuit test, what you can calculate R0, X0. Okay. From short circuit test, you can calculate R02, X02, and therefrom you can calculate the regulation and efficiency. So you see they have given PI 396 watts, wattmeter reading on the no load test is PI, iron loss, R0, you know, 9.65 amperes V1. We know that is, they said on the LV side they have conducted, that is 120 volts. Therefrom, if you substitute all these things, you will get IW, working component of the current. If you know the working component of current, because they have given I0, no load current, they have given 9.65 amperes. Therefrom, you can get I mu, 9.06 amperes. So therefore, we can get R0, X0 values. R0 is V1 by IW, that means I0 cos phi naught. X0 equal to V1 by I mu, the I0 sin phi naught. That means R0, X0 values you got from open circuit test. Okay. From the short circuit test, so they have given 810 watts, which is a copper loss, and 20.8 amperes, that is full load current, short circuit current. VSC they have given 92 volts. So from that we can calculate. So here you see HV side the meters are connected. HV side is what? 2400 volts. Okay. HV side the meters are connected. Meters are connected on the HV side. Here one observation is there. You see here primary side I1 square FL RE, because the meters are connected on the primary side. Short circuit test instruments on the HV side, because HV side means primary side. So that's why we are calculating R01, because I1 square R01 is equal to copper loss if you equate. So we got R01, as well as from that VSC will get Z01. So R01 square plus X01 equal to Z01 square. From that you can calculate X01. These all refers to primary. But if you observe, we want secondary side values R0 to X02. So these are all primary side. Generally, how will we proceed? Directly we will take the values of the short circuit test results, copper loss and current and voltage. We will directly use R0 to X02. But clearly observe in the problem which side the instruments are connected. Which side the instruments are connected. So which side you are getting the RX values. So that's why here the instruments are connected on HV side. So that's why you are getting R01, X01, not R0 to X02, because that is primary side. But we want R0 to X02. So that's why you convert R01, X01 into R0 to X02 using direct formula K square into R01, K square into X01 formulas. So this is a small difference in the data. So that's why carefully read the what is the data given. After getting this R0 to X02, we can proceed with. So here The circuit constant they are asked, circuit constants are R0 to X0 generally in the short circuit test. So that's we got like this. So what is the efficiency formula? VI cos phi by VI cos phi plus and iron loss plus copper loss. So VI cos phi I2 is there and V2 is there. They have given power factor 0.8. We substitute this iron loss 396 already given from the OC test and short circuit test 810 is given. Substitute all these values. What is the voltage regulation formula? When you are taking R01, the formula is like this. Okay, I1 R01 cos phi 2 plus I1 X01 sin phi 2 divided by V1 you take. So you substitute that and calculate like this. So this is the regulation formula. To the next problem. This is also OCSC test. OC test conducted on the LV side. They have given voltage, current, and wattmeter reading. Short circuit test also they have given voltmeter reading, current reading, and ammeter reading and wattmeter reading. Calculate the circuit constant. Show them on equivalent circuit. So you know OCSC test. The results are equivalent circuit parameters you can calculate, efficiency you can calculate, regulation you can calculate. These are outcome of the OCSC test. So using that IW and I0 formulas, you will get I0, IW is equal to I0 cos phi 0, IMU is equal to I0 sin phi 0. So we know V1 I0 PI is given. From that you can calculate cos phi 0 because I0 already given. We'll get these two. From these two we'll get R0 X0. This is with open circuit test. So if you go to the short circuit test, if you observe here, the short circuit test on HV side they said. What is HV side here? Secondary, 500 volts. Generally, which side will calculate this? Which side will connect this equipment? Because LV side short circuit, HV side the instruments are connected. Okay, so here HV side is on the secondary. As the primary is short circuited, you observe here, short circuit test is conducted. That means instruments are on HV side. So which side it is the short circuited? Primary side, 250 volt side. Secondary side, the instruments are connected. So that's why primary is short circuited. Therefore, all the values refers to secondary winding. The results of the short circuit test are given in terms of HV side, while the results of the open circuit test are in terms of low voltage side. So that's why you should observe which side it is short circuited, which side the instruments are connected. So if you know here, V2SC is 20 volts given, and copper loss 100 watts given, and the secondary current is 12 amperes. So therefrom, by using this T1 by T2 equal to V1 by V2 formula, you get turns ratio, voltage applied on the LV side. Voltage applied on the LV side because open circuit side test is conducted, the instruments are conducted on the LV side. So there, voltage applied you can calculate like this. So 10 volts. Because HV side, the instruments are connected. So what is the voltage applied on the LV side is this one. So primary LV full load current is equal to, using the formula I1SC by I2S equal to T2 by T1, we will get the primary current. Because short circuit is conducted on the primary, short circuit is done on the primary side. What is the current on the primary side is I1SC equal to I2SC into T2 by T1. So general observation is primary side voltage is applied, secondary side short circuit. But here primary side short circuit, secondary side the instruments are connected. That's why you should observe what is the primary short circuit current is secondary current into T2 by T1. So already secondary current is given as 12 amperes. From that we will get this primary short circuit current. Therefore copper loss equal to I1 square into R01. From that R01 can be calculated, Z01 can be calculated, X0 can be obtained. Therefore this is the equivalent circuit, R0 X0, R01 X0. Okay. Yes, the general thing is secondary side refers to secondary side. We will draw the equivalent circuit. It is different from a regular processor. See this problem. A transformer rated 100 kVA at full load, its copper loss 1200 watts, iron loss 960 watts. Calculate the efficiency at full load unity power factor, efficiency at off load 0.8 power factor, efficiency at 75% full load 0.7 power factor, load kVA, which maximum efficiency will occur, maximum efficiency at 0.8 power factor. So all efficiency and maximum efficiency are involved. The simple thing is generally what is the efficiency formula? Some X or M into VI. VI means this S cos phi divided by output plus iron loss plus copper loss. Copper loss means X square or M square full load copper loss. So this is the formula for efficiency where M is nothing but given load by full load. So for first question is full load unity power factor. Simply full load means X equal to 1, power factor is 1. Therefore you substitute in this and get this full load efficiency. Half load means M is equal to half, power factor is 0.8. Substitute, you will get this. So 75% load means M equal to 0.75, power factor is 0.7. Substitute M value and cos phi. And next question, load kVA at which maximum efficiency will occur. You know the formula for maximum efficiency at which maximum efficiency occur, load kVA is equal to full load kVA into square root of iron loss by copper loss. This is the formula. So if you substitute 100 kVA as the full load, iron loss, copper loss, you will get load kVA at maximum efficiency. So next, maximum efficiency at 0.8 power factor. So the formula is VI cos phi divided by output plus iron loss plus copper loss. Because copper loss equal to iron loss at maximum efficiency. That is 2 times of iron loss. If you substitute, you will get maximum efficiency. You see them directly here, the maximum efficiency of 100 kVA single phase transformer given. You have seen these problems, different data is there. Here, maximum efficiency given occurs at 80% of the full load 0.8 power factor lag. If the leakage impedance of the transformer is 5%, find the voltage regulation. You see, it is related to maximum efficiency and voltage regulation, that interlink. The first thing is you must know the formula for maximum efficiency. So this is the formula. At maximum efficiency, what happens? 2 times of the iron loss we have to get, that is the total loss. They have given maximum efficiency, substitute. M given, that is 80%, that means 0.8. S given 100 kVA. Cos phi 0.8. Because it is given in kVA into 1000, you write. And you substitute all these values, you will get what is the iron loss. Once if you get the iron loss, okay. So this is the iron loss. At maximum efficiency, we know what is M is equal to square root of iron loss by copper loss. So therefore, we can calculate the what is the copper loss. So after this, getting this copper loss, what is that? 1020 watts. And what are the things they have asked? Find the voltage regulation. What is the voltage regulation formula? You know that IR cos phi r plus IX sin phi r divided by V2. Or IR cos phi r by V2 you can write as VR. I said it is in percentage of a drop in the resistance, either per unit or anything you write. That IR cos phi r by that V2 can be written as VR. IR sin phi r by V2 can be written as Vx. So this is nothing but R per unit cos phi r plus X per unit sin phi r. So we should know what is R and X per unit values. From that you can calculate this regulation. That's why here you see we got the copper loss. From the copper loss we will get R value. What is the R value? The copper loss divided by base MVA. So therefore R we got. After getting R, they have given Z. That means leakage impedance is 5%. What is the leakage? 5% means 500.05. Because R we got from this. So copper loss divided by base MVA. From that R we got. So like Z we know. Therefore X we can calculate in per unit. After getting R and X in per unit, we can substitute in the regulation formula. So regulation formula substitution, that means in terms of per unit, in terms of percentage, in terms of the resistance and reactance dropped given, we can get the regulation value using different data. You see this problem on the all day efficiency. So we have the formula for all day efficiency. It will be in terms of kilowatt hour, output in kilowatt hour divided by input in kilowatt hour for distribution transformer. So here you see all day efficiency of 500 kVA distribution transformer, find whose copper loss and iron loss at full load are 4.5 kilowatt, 3.5 kilowatt respectively during a day of 24 hours. It is loaded as like this. Number of hours loaded 6 hours. The loading in kilowatt is 400 kilowatts. Power factor 0.8. Like that for 10 hours, 300 kilowatts loading, 0.75 power factor. Like that 4 hours. Total 10 plus 4, 14 plus 4, 18 plus 6, 24 hours. 24 hours, what is the loading and what is the power factor they have given. The question is, what is the all day efficiency? The first step is all day efficiency means output in kilowatt hours. For 24 hours, what is the output? Divided by output plus losses for 24 hours. So if you observe the losses for 24 hours, iron loss is constant. The only variable loss is copper loss. So that's why you should calculate the copper loss for different hours. And anyway, iron loss is constant. So if you calculate the copper loss for every period, 6 hours, 10 hours, 4 hours, 4 hours, then you will get the all day efficiency. That is the approach. If you see, so here should be noted that a load of 400 kilowatts 0.8 power factor is equal to 400 by 0.8, 500 kVA. Similarly, 300 kilowatts 0.75 power factor equal to 400 kVA. 100 kilowatts 0.8 power factor is equal to 125 kVA. So this is the way you can get the kVA values, kilowatt by power factor. So copper loss at full load, first you calculate 4.5 kilowatt copper loss for 500 kVA. So they have given full load copper loss 4.5 kilowatt. So you have to calculate the copper loss at 400 kVA. What is that? 4.5 into 400 by 500 whole square. Because x square, x means either in current point of view or kVA point of view you can write. The 400 by 500 whole square is x square into 4.5. Like that copper loss at 125 by 500 whole square into 4.5. So total copper loss for 24 hours, if you calculate here this power factor is not given, load is 0. When the load is 0, no load condition, there is no copper loss. You should keep it in mind, this one. So that's why for this, no copper loss. So for these 3 periods, for 6 hours, and next 10 hours, next 4 hours, next 4 hours. Next 4 hours, there is no load. So for these 24 hours, we got copper loss in terms of kilowatt hour. As I said, copper loss is a variable quantity from time to time. So iron loss, if you take throughout the day, irrespective of the load, the iron loss is same. So that's why for 24 hours, so what is the loss given? 3.5 kilowatt. For 24 hours, it is 24 into 3.5, 84 kilowatt hours. So iron loss can be calculated for 24 hours. Either no load condition or load condition, iron loss is constant. That's what we discussed in the all day efficiency. So therefore, total transformer loss equal to for 24 hours, what is the copper loss? Plus 24 hours, what is the iron loss? So therefore, total output for 24 hours, then you have to calculate. For 6 hours, it is 400. For 10 hours, 300. For 4 hours, 100. So total output for 24 hours is 5,800 kilowatt hour. So therefore, all day efficiency equal to output for 24 hours divided by output plus total loss. So this is the way you have to calculate the all day efficiency. So it is also a problem on the all day efficiency. They have given 5 kVA distribution transformer with a power factor and copper and iron losses being equal. They have given iron loss equal to copper loss. Calculate all day efficiency if it is loaded throughout 24 hours. So they have given no load 10 hours, off load 5 hours, quarter load 7 hours, full load 2 hours. So first step is you calculate the output. What is the output? So that is 5 kVA transformer into unity power factor. That is 1. That is the output. What is the input? Output by that they have given efficiency 0.95. That's why input you calculate. Output by efficiency. Therefore, what is the total loss we calculate first? Input minus output. After getting the total loss, since the efficiency is maximum, they said efficiency is maximum, we know that iron loss equal to copper loss. That's why what is the copper loss? Half of this value. Therefore, this is copper loss, this is the iron loss. So they mixed the maximum efficiency with all day efficiency. So the copper loss we got at full load. Then at 1/4 load, 1/4 whole square into this one. Half load, 1/2 whole square into 132. Quarter load. So like this, we got all these values. So quarter load copper loss is for 7 hours. Therefore, 7 into 8.2. Half load copper loss is 5 hours. 5 into 33. So therefore, full load copper loss is for 2 hours. That means 2 into 132. So sum up all these things. You will get copper loss during 1 day. So this is the way you got the copper loss. So what is iron loss for 24 hours? So iron loss for 24 hours is 24 into this 132. We got this. So therefore total loss we got. Therefrom you can proceed with output. It is 5 hours off load. Half load output we can get 5/2 into 1. Quarter load 5/4 into 1. So like this, you have to calculate the output for every period. 10 hours no load, therefore no output. For 5 hours off load, for 7 hours quarter load, 2 hours full load. So you have to calculate the output in kilowatt hours like this. So therefore substitute in the formula. So the difference compared to previous problem is here they have given the iron loss copper loss a relation in terms of maximum efficiency. They have not given iron loss copper loss separately. So first using the maximum efficiency formula, we got iron loss copper loss separately. Therefrom we have taken iron loss constant for 24 hours and copper loss we calculated for different periods for different loads. Then we substituted in this all day efficiency formula. So this is also a problem on the all day efficiency. You can go ahead with the knowledge that what we have gained. Here also no load for 10 hours, off load for 5 hours, 25% of the load for 6 hours, full load for 3 hours. So like the previous problem, you can calculate with the given data because the efficiency given and full load copper loss are equal to the constant iron loss. Same, just like the previous problem, we can proceed this entire solution. Same way you can get this answer. So you see, this is the problem on the auto transformer. So they have given some data, auto transformer data. They asked to calculate the primary voltage. They have given primary voltage as 230 volts. They are asking transformation ratio, secondary current, primary current, number of turns in the secondary. If the total number of turns is 400. Power transferred, power conducted directly from the supply mains to load. We have done this problem that inductively and conductively, what is the power transferred. So already you have seen these problems. Once again, you see, first you calculate the transformation ratio, that is V1/V2, that is T1/T2. So which is A. Power output is equal to P is equal to VI cos phi. So on the low voltage side, if you substitute all these values, so we will get the current on the low voltage side. So using this A is equal to IL/IH, A means I2/I1. You will get this IH value. So therefore TH/TL is equal to A. Therefore we can get secondary terms because low voltage is secondary, high voltage is primary here. Therefore power transferred formula is 1 minus 1/A, that are 1 minus K. Anything you can use into power output. What is the power transfer conductively? K into power output. So this problem already have seen. So another problem on this two winding transformer. A 400/100 volts 5 kVA two winding transformer is to be as auto transformer to supply power of 400 volts from 500 volt source. Draw the connection diagram, determine kV output of the transformer. Simply first initially it is a two winding transformer, then it is converted into auto transformer. So first take it as a two winding transformer, then apply the formulas, because for two winding transformer, you know, VA rating is same on both sides. Therefore, VA rating on high voltage side equal to VA rating on the low voltage side, you apply this formula, you get this current on the high voltage side. Same way, using the same VA rating formula, you get the current on the low voltage side. So after getting this low voltage side, high voltage side, these currents, then you draw the auto transformer circuit. Already have discussed about this auto transformer. The current in this is IH, the current is in this IL minus IH. Okay, this is in this opposite direction like this. So this auto transformer discussion we have already. This high voltage side you are applying 500 volts. So the low voltage side is 400 volts. The current is 50 amperes here. So VH is equal to 500 volts. VL is equal to 400 volts. You get the transformation ratio as VH by VL. That means V1 by V2. That is 1.25. IH is equal to IL by A. You will get IH value. That means IL by 1.25. So what is the current through 400 volts winding if it is auto transformer? That is IL minus IH. You write IH in terms of IL. So you will get a formula in terms of IL like this. Since the current rating on the 400 voltage winding is 12.5. This is 12.5. So therefore equate that, you will get IL value. So auto transformer connection, if you know, what is the current in these terms? What is the current in these terms? If you know these two formulas, first from the normal two winding transformer, you get ILIH, and you substitute these values in the auto transformer, you will get the currents in the auto transformer. Then what is the kV output of the auto transformer? Which is nothing but VLIL. So 400 into, this is a 62.5, it is the current here. On the low voltage side, you will get the kVA rating. So let us see another problem on this auto transformer. A 5 kVA 110 by 110 volts, both side 110, 50 hertz transformer has full load efficiency of 95%. Iron loss 50 watts. The transformer is now connected as auto transformer to a 220 volt supply. If it delivers 5 kilowatts load is given at unity power factor to a 110 volt circuit. Calculate the efficiency of the operation and current drawn by the high voltage side. So first step is it is a two winding transformer. So then you draw the two winding transformer, both sides is 110 volts. Second step is it is converted into auto transformer. The primary side is 220 and the secondary side is 120 or 110 volts. You know this connection diagram. How to convert this? You know this dot convention, the current drawn and the current flowing like this. So this is a 220 side, this is 110 side. So from the two winding transformer, you apply the formula of efficiency 0.95 output by output plus losses. Output is given as how much 5 kVA, 5000 by 5000 plus. Here the losses, iron loss, copper loss also given. This is 50 watts, copper loss we don't know. So from this efficiency we calculate the copper loss. Okay. So after getting this copper loss, because if you observe here, this is in watts, this is in kVA. Because how to write kVA and these watts in this formula? Because here when nothing is mentioned, I said you have to take the power factor as unity. So that's why you can take VA cos phi is 1, then it will be in kilowatts, it will be also in kilowatts. After getting this copper loss for auto transformer, copper loss equal to 212 by 4. Because what is given, the transformer is converted as a transformer to 220 volt supply. If it delivers 5 kilowatt load at unity power factor to 110 volt circuit, calculate the efficiency of operation and current drawn by the high voltage side they are asking. So this 212 by 4 is 53 watts. Iron loss already constant 50 watts. Therefore you get the efficiency. So already we said when two winding is converted into auto transformer, this 220 is primary, 110 is secondary, and the rating is halved. Here the primary side is doubled, so that's why we are taking 212 by 4. Okay, so you can see in the problem on the auto transformer, a 25 kVA 2000 by 200 volts two winding transformer used as auto transformer with constant voltage 2000 volts. full load unity power factor, calculate the power output, power transferred, power conducted, efficiency of the two winding transformer given at some power factor 0.95. Find the efficiency of the auto transformer. So if you want to find out the efficiency of auto transformer, first for the normal transformer should calculate what is the rated current. Okay, what is the rated current on the high voltage side, what is the rated current on the low voltage side. After getting these two, you draw the auto transformer diagram.
Sir, it is not audible, sir.
Okay, let us proceed. A three-phase 50 hertz transformer has a delta star connected on the primary delta, secondary star connected. Line voltage is given 2200 volts and 400 volts respectively. Secondary has the star connected, which is a balanced 0.8 power factor lagging. Line current on the primary given. Determine the current in each coil of the primary and each in the secondary line. What is the output of the transformer in kilowatt? It is a very simple problem. So one should know about the star delta transformer, line currents and phase currents, line voltage phase voltage relationship. So if you take the primary side, line voltage is equal to phase voltage. Secondary side, phase voltage is equal to 1 by root 3 of the line voltage. If you take the primary side, line current, if it is given, the phase current equal to 1 by root 3 of the line current. If you take the star side, line current equal to phase current. Line current equal to phase current. Then by applying that, they have given primary phase voltage given as 22,000 volts, which is the line voltage, which is equal to phase voltage. What is the phase voltage on the secondary side? The phase voltage is 400 by root 3. Then the transformation ratio is equal to ratio of the secondary phase voltage by primary phase voltage. Secondary phase voltage is 400 by root 3 divided by primary phase voltage. Once if you get this K, you will get the primary phase current, which is 5 by root 3. Therefrom, you will get the secondary line current. Secondary line current equal to 275 amperes. So this is the secondary phase current. From that secondary phase current equal to line current. Therefore, output equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. Substitute these values, you will get.